Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
Now, there are two things talking about the schedule. The basic scheduling will give you the list of shifts, and you can create different patterns or different sequence of those using a shift. Using that pattern or sequence of shift, manager can assign the employees those shifts or those schedules. This is known as the simple part. The simplest part of assigning this schedule. But if we talk about the advanced scheduling, as I told you, advanced scheduling will take care of your proficiency level, your skills and certificate. Then it will take you. Different kind of rules are there, which we created the rule set, procedure set, what it does. Normally, if using a basic scheduling manager can directly assign the shifts. There are multiple ways to assign, as we already talked in yesterday when we're talking about the schedule. I told you that in short, shift option, pattern template option, multiple options were there, and there were multiple ways we do assign those shifts. But if manager assigns a shift which is not defined into our system, that's into the system, then that kind of shift is known as ad hoc shift. That is, randomly if a requirement comes. Suddenly a requirement came up for different timings and manager put in the schedule based on normal timing, let's say 7.50 into 1250 kind of thing, which is not there. Any shift which we manager can select is the one which manager has entered randomly in order to support that duration of time. That type of shift is known as ad hoc shift. Now under the advanced scheduling, it's kind of a more easy for a manager. Now what happened? Usually, let's say there is a location where we need 3 in the afternoon, 3 in morning and 2 at night. This is a flow for a week, we can say, and suddenly one employee is got ill, or let's say manager forgot to assign the shift to that any random person. In that scenario, what advanced scheduling do? Under the advanced scheduling, we have an option to run OpenShift engine. We are just talking about 3 to like 8 shifts for a simple location. But assume the managers work, they will have a number of employees and number of different location access or different jobs access, different department access. It would be difficult for them to track out those missing shifts or missing schedule, and they miss some time, they miss to assign the employees. In that case, they run the OpenShift engine. That will tell us that these are the places where we have some places empty and we need to assign the employees. That is done using the advanced scheduling. This is the first thing. Let me find out something. I'm just checking. I don't know. Now another thing is, now the system has given you the OpenShift. Now how you will assign the employees to them? That's again a task for them. Again, finding the different things, finding those options, and then assigning it to them is again a difficult task for them. There should be something scheduled planner. scheduled planner help us to do? I'm not sure. Workload planner. The next part is to assign the employees. Over there we have two more engines. Total with the advanced scheduling. That is not a schedule planner. That's not me, might be. There is no access over here. That the second engine will help you to assign the employees. The second engine is responsible for just picking out the employees and assigning to that location. That's the work. It doesn't go or doesn't check your skills. Your certification doesn't matter. In the morning, if you need DBA, it might happen. It will assign a Kronos developer over there. That is just to fill the space. That's the work of the second engine. What would you help of third engine, that is priority or president, something? I just missed those names. That particular engine will take care of your skills certificate, year of experience, proficiency level, and based on that, it will assign the employee to the job. Let's say if a Kronos developer job is pending, what it will do? It will check out who all has a Kronos developer access. Now, once you have the list of the employees now, it will find out who has the certification for that. And then it will find out who has the most number of experience. They have the main different experience level. And based on that, it will assign the employee. Let's say you are a Kronos developer. I will be the Kronos developer and you have 3 SF experience and I have 2 SF experience. Now the third engine, that engine takes care of your kind of set, giving you the access based giving, assigning you the shift or giving you the shift based on that. You will get the precedence, but the second one it can randomly. Either it will assign you or other, it will assign me. There is no fix on that one. That's the 3 types of engine which is there in advanced scheduling. Advanced scheduling. Basically, if you have an open shift with it, with the schedule planner, it goes in and I guess identifies those people that are available. You will have the list of all the employees for your product. Then you will have 3 engines at the top. And using those engines, you can create the open shift, assign the employees based normally, and assign the employees based on the priority of their skills, certifications, and all those things. Now the third one, needs units to create those things. Workload planner, different things are there. You can go through the document and the rules which I told you, the rules which they follow. This is the sort and matching rules over here. We create those rules. These are the place where we create the rules like which one will take precedence, whether you want to sort it by employee number, employee name, or how you want to sort it out. And there are a number of things which goes along with that. Like even you need to tell the system, there will be 3% required. That things need. We need to define like 3% is required, 1 is missing, then only the system will generate the open shift. These all comes together and tell you those things how it will proceed. Now the 4 basic things which comes with. The basic scheduling is the very first thing we know. We need to create a shift. In order to create a shift, it's known as shift template. Shift template help us to create the shifts. Whatever shift you want to have in a system, you can create 12 to 5, 8 to 5, 10 to 6, what a 4-hour shift, 5-hour shift, whatever shift you want. that should be accessible by the managers and they can assign. We create that shift over here. If, as I said, if anything apart from these, shift template manager assigning, that will become the ad hoc shift. Now how we create the shift? There are three types over here. Either you create a regular shift or a transfer or a break. Now the break, transfer, you already know what it does. Break we already know. Regular also we know. But one thing which we need to remember over here is there are a few things which you can attach along with those options. If you want any skills and certification, that's again advanced. But if you, for this particular shift, if you're assigning the shift to someone, that person needs to have that shift. Sorry, that skills and certificates. Let's say this shift is specifically for the person who is a Kronos developer. Then we will mention over here, like you need to have the Kronos developer certification. That pre-checks will do. Now another thing which is very important is we know we can create the normal 8 to 5 job. That would be sent 8 to 5, 9 hours of job. Correct. Now what about the night shift? The night shift usually will be from 10 to 2, we can assume. Let me refresh it that you understand now. The night shift will start from 9, that is 9:21. And it should end at 5 or 7 in the morning. We are getting the error. The reason behind getting the error is the main function of day, and this day. This one is respective to the start time and this one is end time. Now always you will see the day with the start time should be 1 because we consider the starting of the shift is always day 1 from where the system is to check on that this shift has started on this day, the very first day. What about the night shift? Night shift is going to end on the next day. Day. That's we will put day 2. And then if you put 7, it will take the time. Whatever you want to put 5, put it 5. Then it will say, this is how we create the night shift. Now, once you create these things, you will add the names and save it. Now let's assume we have 10 employees, or better would be the 10 employees with a single shift at a time for a week, let's say Monday to Friday. Manager will require to select each and every day for each and every employee that will make 50 clicks or 50 times. Manager needs to perform the action in order to assign the shift or schedule to all the employees, 10 employees. Correct. Let's say for 10 employees for a week, it would be 50 times. This is again like kind of a tedious task. It's a very tedious task. It's a small number, it's 10. But if it's 100 or 50 employees, it will become very hectic for a manager. What Kronos has done? Kronos tries to make it simple for them. They have introduced the pattern template. Pattern template over here. What pattern template do? Pattern template is a sequence or series of shifts along with the pay codes and other things which you want to add. Now, if I click new and let's say Monday, on Monday, I want to add something, I'll click. You can add a shift. You can add a pay code. Availability is again advanced. What availability do you tell your system or to the manager that I will be available for 3 days? And the timing would be 8 to 5, 8 to 5, 8 to 5. Let's say another day you will be unavailable, or other day you will be off, or the third day you can say probably you will be available. These kind of things we define on the availability. Now we have two options over here, add shift and add pay code. You can add whatever you want to add. Let's say shift premium. I'll say for 8 hours from 8 am. Apply. Now we have this one, and now I want to add a shift over here. And on Tuesday you will work from 8 to 5. Now this should be fast. Oh, both days same. Now again, there is another way. If you have already things there, you click on copy. Or if you want to paste, you can do that or select the cell, insert shift template. That will give you a list of all the shift templates we have. And from there, From there, you can select whatever you want. Let's say randomly, I'm selecting you want evening shift. You will click, I got evening. Now again you click over here. Along with that, what you can do comments also. If you want to add a comment or anything, adjust amount. I want this to have a comment with an adjust amount. These are the things which we can do. Now, it's not that we can only define the pattern for a week. We can define for number of week or a number of days. If you want it for a 5-day, 5 weeks, you select that you will get 5 options, and likewise you can create a pattern. 5 weeks is almost a month. You can create a month with. Now I'm just randomly selected. If you save it, whenever you assign this ABCD pattern template to someone, that person will automatically have this schedule into its profile. Now can I ask a question here? The Monday. You got the shift premium. They will only get the shift premium for that day, Monday. You will see the pay code over there. That pay code, premium pay code, that's it. Pay code with 8 hours. The way we get the holidays, let's say New Year and 8 hours. That way the person will get shift premium 8 hours. That's it. Nothing else. Monday, but they won't get it on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, just Monday. On Tuesday, on the very first Monday, if it's for a multiple week, the very first Monday, if it's a 1 week at a time, then every Monday the person will get the shift premium and Tuesday. It's not to be there. It's a random assume. It's a random pay code. A holiday or something. Some people, let's say, to do some reason on Monday, they are getting a shift premium. A pay code which will automatically give now on every Tuesday. The implant is to work 8 to 5. And every Wednesday it will be working the evening shift 3 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Same thing for Thursday. Also every Wednesday and Thursday. Now on Friday, if you want to add morning shift, we can add that. Let's say 5. Now let's say we have you, shave it for you and to share a pattern template, PT. Now what's this say on that Friday? They say that that's a hard shift to feel. On Friday, I want to. That's the shift to work. But I also wanted to give them the shift premium for that from coming in. Click add pay code. How to shift premium? It's starting with 5 am. 8 hours or 5 hours, let's say. It can be a combination of things. Whatever you want, you can give it. Whatever you give, the same thing will replicate into their schedule and they need to follow that thing. Gotta leave the pattern template? Now one more thing. Not only pattern template, it would be on scale. Now with the pattern template, now the 50 clicks has become 5-10 clicks only, each for each employee. He will directly assign a pattern template. The whole week timing will come up. Now we don't have to sort that out like they make it 10 times click now. They wanted to make it a one-time click. What they have introduced? They have introduced the schedule group. Now what schedule group do? We already know the schedule group, what it does. It's a group of employees who will follow the same schedule and manage it. Once we create the schedule group, we need to give them the access. Now in this setup, as I remember, in the last session we went through the schedule and we have assigned the employees to a particular schedule group. Test 8 p.m. to 5 p.m., something like that. That particular schedule group. The assigning of employee is not done in the setup part. Assigning of employee is done by the managers under the schedule. Over the schedule page. Here in the setup part, we only create a schedule group that will hold the name and there is a one checkbox. That's it. Nothing else. Here is a schedule group. We create the schedule group name. Schedule group and we allow schedule. Allow schedule means whatever you assign to schedule group, every single employee under that will inherit those schedules. Now we will save it. That's it for the schedule group. Now we give the access of the schedule group. Now manager will assign the employees to the schedule group and whatever schedule or pattern template, shift or anything he wants to assign to the particular schedule he will get, like all the employees under that will inherit those shift or schedule. Got? These are the groups that the managers say. I want to create schedules for this group of people, for these different groups. They give that to you initially. The admin goes in and set all of these up. And then once they've set them up, then the manager of course goes into the schedule. And then she can basically assign the people to these particular groups. The shift, the pattern, or whatever they want to create. There is a request to us via ServiceNow. Most of the company use ServiceNow. There is a request over there with the mention, I want the shift with this timing. I want the shift for this timing and if they have, usually the companies follow the nomenclature with the country name. If it's a country-wise or state name for the state-wise, or if it's a location-wise, they will mention. The nomenclature would be, let's say over here is $E, $P, $U, Canada. Similar way, this is for Canada, I think. Similar way, they follow the nomenclature. We follow the nomenclature, how they name them. And based on that, we will create let's say we have 2 countries or 3 countries, India, Australia, and US. We will have a different category for that. Over here, you will see all of them. But now again, we will create an N hour of scheduled goods for different managers at different countries. Now it's time to give them the access. The access part is taken care of with the access profile. We will talk about it. Now, one more thing which I wanted to explain you over here is the thing which it came. Finally, let me search an employee. It's very slow. You might remember that during the schedule, explain the schedule under the time and date period. Time period. I have asked you do you know how we tell the system? Whenever we select current scheduled period, previous scheduled period, or next scheduled period, or next to next scheduled period, how the system will know for the current scheduled period I have to show or display them 7-day or 15-day or a month or 2 months. What do we define under scheduled period over here? This is where we create this schedule. Now you will tell the system whether it's a 7-day, 1 week of scheduled period or 2 weeks of scheduled period. Based on this, it's a BCDSP. And we mention the reference day. Let's say we wanted to start it on Monday. We will mention the Monday date. From Monday, every 2 weeks will be a schedule. From this to 16, 3 to 16 will be the dates which will come in first schedule. If we select the next schedule, it will be from 17 to 30. 2 weeks at a time will be shown over here. Let's say over here, if I select current schedule period, what are you doing? It's giving you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, and it's starting mostly on Saturday. We can say Sunday to Friday, or maybe this is for the Saturday to 7 days coming up. But if I select this one over here, we will be seeing 15 days at a time. The scheduled period assigned to the employee is weekly one. Similarly, we will create different schedule periods. Let's say for the hourly employee, usually you will see 1 week at a time. For the salary employee, you will see a monthly schedule period because they usually get the payment based on monthly basis. That kind of thing. That is the fourth thing which you need to remember over here. Now, once you create all those things, it's time to give the access. That is all for the basic schedule. Now it's time to give the access. In order to give access, we need access profile. Now we talked about the shift template, pattern template, and schedule group. Whatever things you will create, you need to give the access of those things over here under the data access profile. In short, it's known as DABAP. We call it as DAP. Now DAP is responsible for giving you the access of what all things you have created. Now we have created the pattern template. Let's say it's for US. We will check. Let's say this is for US. Let's assume this is for US managers. I'll come up over here. I will find out where is our AB, C. We created with AB, CPTS, and I'll move it to the hand side. Save and return. Let's say save. The US managers will have the pattern template access of these all things. Got it how we give the access after creating the pattern template, shift template, or anything. Whatever you have created, we go with the respective profile. We move it from the left hand side to the hand side. Same case will be for all these things. If you create a new pay code, you need to give the access to a respective region. If you get a new work, same thing. New report, same thing. New for these all 6 things. Now, just to give you the knowledge, there will be 7 options over here, and the 7th option is known as availability template access. Again, that's for the advanced scheduling. Just to give you the knowledge, there would be 7. 1 availability template. Whatever availability template we create, we give the access to them. Go. Data access profile has 7 items. Those are availability template, schedule, group shift template, pattern template reports, work rule, pay codes. Got? But this is to restrict the access of these 7 respective things. What about the other things? What about the accruals which we have created, the grants which we have created, the dates which we have created? Or what about the things, the payroll, the holidays, the fixed rule? What all things you have other than those 7 you have created? Who will give the access? Because it's obvious and a system will have n number of things, but all the n number of things will not be accessible to, let's say, Australia. Or let's say US. It should be accessible to the respective managers only. For that we have generic data access profile. Apart from those 7, if you want to restrict any access for the setup part, we go with generic data access profile, and in short it is known as GDAP. Now, if you click on GDAP, you will get a drop down. And under the drop down, you will see the categories. Whether you want to restrict with the access profile accruals, employment term integration organization setup. This is business structure, pay policies, and all those things you can restrict. Now, let's say under the accrues, I have given you the access of certain dates. Whatever you move on the hand side, you will have the access, and along with that I will give you the access of few limits and few provision period access. Now I will be changing this main category to pay policies. And under that the break. I will give you the access for these many break rules. And then holiday profile. I will give you the access of these holidays profile. Now tell me what all things I have selected previously. They will be there or they would have gone. They should still be there. Yes, once you save it. It doesn't matter you save or not. Everything, whatever you have moved to the hand side, will always be to the hand side. If you save, then the profile will get updated and they will get the access. Now, if I change back to again accruals, the things which I have moved to the hand side will always be on the hand side. See, they haven't gone. They are still there. Now, if you save it now, whatever A, B, C profile, someone will have A, B, C, D, G, DAPE. They will have the access of all those things. Now, if you have created a new work rule, what will do? You will go to pay policy. You will select the payroll. You will move respective payload to the hand side. Now, yes, the person who is having a BC profile, access profile GDAPE, that person will have the access of this payroll. Now, this is all about the access, whatever we have created on the setup part. But what about the access of functionality, the features which Kronos provides? Even if you say you wanted to approve someone's time card, again, it's a feature. If manager wants to update their time card, put in the in and out punches again. It's a feature which is provided by UKG. If you want to see the accruals, you want to see the attestation building block. Again, this, all things, comes as a feature for the Kronos. In order to control the features, we have function access profile. And that is known as FEP. If someone will say you update their FEPI, you need to understand it's a function access profile. Someone will say you it's update the GDAP. You need to know GDAP is generic data access profile. If someone will say DAP, you will come up over here. In day-to-day life, we don't pronounce fully. We say FF, GDP or DAP. And now under the function access profile, there are lots of options. Even I don't remember or no one will. I hope no one will remember all those options. There are 7 main categories. 6 and 7. Yes, there are 7 main categories. And under that category, let's say I will expand this one. You have lots of options. These are lots of options. If you again expand that thing, you will have again lots of options. Let's say this is a particular function group, edit. Group edit result is like if you edit multiple employees, one or more than employees at a time, then that comes as a group edit result. If I want to give that particular person the access to be able to access this group edit result, I will allow it. If you don't want to give the access, you wear it gone over here. You will disallow it. Got it. Now, this is how we give the function. If you want to give the approval access, and we have a search bar over here. That's why we usually go with the search, and we find the relevant thing, and we give them allowed or disallowed. Now, what does this option means? Various means under this option, where is various over here, manager department. That means the building blocks which are there inside this manager department. Manager department. Some of them has allowed, some of them has disallowed selected. That's why we see various over here. Now, for example, for the employee and everyone we see disallowed. If I expand and I will say home page personalization to be allowed to someone, they can edit or make changes in their home page how they want to look, I will click on allow. Once you click allow, you might see the employee has various now. That means few of them are allowed. Few of them are not allowed. If you again change it to disallowed, it will again go back to disallowed. If all of them has allowed, the main heading will have allowed. Got? This is based on the profile, whatever access functional access profile is assigned to that. And I should want to know something, some kind of things, let's say home page personalization. You have a special helpful thing over here, definition. You click on that question mark, it will give you control, the user ability to make home page personalization. That way you can understand if you want a description or something. Click on that question mark and understand. That's how we find out. If something is not very clear, mostly everything you would straightforward into day-to-day life, you will understand. But still, if you have any doubt, you can go ahead and search that over here. And if you find something, click on question mark and find it out whether this is the correct one or not. Now, this is how we give the access of functionality. It may happen whenever, like when I started my journey, like I was fresher, I was having a function access profile, which has very limited access to the set apart, because I was not very much aware of the corners, and I cannot totally understand those things for now. And if, by mistake, I will do a production in production leave application, if I'll do anything, it will become a mess up for my whole team. That's why they start giving you the function access profile, which has less access. And once you are expert, they will give you the full access one. And anything with this one, because I don't remember all the options. I know there are 7 options, the main 7 options over there. Over here, you will see employee manager. Manager with sign off, super access or super user. These are the 4 basic things. It will be there. But if there is a single change in your access, we need to create a new profile for that. Might be. There would be the manager nursing and there would be manager nursing all access. There can be. There would be the manager. There would be manager with sign-offs or manager without sign-offs. That kind of functionality we create. Got. Now, the last thing is the way how you log in. How you can log into profile and what are the requirements for your password. And over here you will see the option. In the day-to-day life we see that our password should have user, doesn't have username, it's to have special character and all those things. These all things we define over here. What exactly your password should contain, within how many days it will expire. Do you need to remember the previous one and all those options, and under the session restriction, if you enter 3 times or 5 times wrong password. 5 times wrong password. For how many duration of time your account should be locked. Whether you want to make a disable or enable, you can go ahead and play around those things with password and all those things. We come over here and we do those things. Mobile application setting means there is a mobile application for UKG which is used by employee in order to do the punches or in order to see their schedule and other things. But in order to do the punches, in order to do the punches, there is to come within a range. That is known as known IP address. We'll talk about in common setup. You need to put in your latitude and longitude. Within you put the radius, let's say 15 meter of radius. Within 15 meter of radius, if you want to punch in with the mobile, you can do it. Now how the punches will be done? Whether you want a password or you want biometric, just a fingerprint will help us. And what all restriction you want, you can put it over here. This is all about your login restrictions, your password restriction. And then we are go ahead. This is all about the access profile. Now any concern with the schedule and basic scheduling and access profile. On the access profile for the login for the mobile can click. That's what we are going on the mobile access. That will pop up if you have the mobile license and install. That's true. We need mobile access. License or entitlement for that. Then only we can share that mobile application they can download and why this credential they can use. Correct. And there are a few more other things like known IP address needs to be configured in order to use them. Otherwise, they can only use that in order to view their schedule and do those things. Just viewing kind of work they can do. They won't be able to do the transfer to the punch and punch out. And how we want to learn? Over. Under the common setup, we have known IP address or known places. Known places. Over here we define that. IP address your latitude, longitude. What would be the radius under which you can come? And then you can do the punch in and punch out. Longitude. Longitude, those things we mentioned over here. That's very cool. As far as the employee being, I guess a particular range of the office to be able to clock in and clock out. Don't click that on the login with the mobile apps. If you don't click that, you had biometrics and then your normal password. No, I'm not sure any. Either biometric or either your password. But if you just wanted them to be able to do password, then we would click on password, only got you. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.